Todd Bowley, Todd Bowley, owner of Chelsea Football Club. That guy, oh my goodness. That guy, he's interesting, you know. Todd Bowley is the type of guy to say, I do. And then change his mind at the altar. When he look in the audience and sees some pretty ladies in attendance, he'd be like, I want to go with you too. I want to take you on a date. Todd Bowley is so what? Guys, this is important. This is important. It feels like something weird is going on right now. Something weird is going on at Chelsea. Exactly how deep are Todd's pockets? No, man. No. Now they were Casado. That's who they're rumored with now. What? They just hijacked Mudrik. Guys, I gotta know. Did Todd Bowley have siblings when he grew up? Like, he get every toy. If he was the only kid, did he get every toy that he wanted? That's what I want to know. Wow. I don't know if it's recklessness or if it's ambition. I'm curious. If you know this Todd Bowley situation and what's happening at Chelsea, please share your opinion. I want to know, do you think Todd Bowley is reckless or ambitious? Or he's recklessly ambitious? Like, so the guy, you got to give him, he's a very open man, open owner. He comes out and talks to the people more than a lot of owners. And he came with a plan. It seemed like he had a plan, a global plan, a long-term vision for Chelsea, getting this manager, giving him an extended contract, buying out, a manager who's pretty much renowned for working with the youth and making miracles with youth players. You know what I'm saying? This is who Todd Bowley recruited. Right now the way he's performing obviously does not support that opinion. But the thing is, that's Graham Potter's bread and butter. It's literally the fact that he's a good coach. And I'm trying to say this with a straight face. He's a good coach that is known for working with the youth. But now Todd Bowley gives him this long contract, right? Todd Bowley is investing and buying. By the way, this is the San Francisco edition of the Football Power Hour. I gotta just let you know, the Wi-Fi situation is not stable. You know what I'm saying? So if it goes out,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Exactly. If it goes, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just how it is right now. It's the episode. It's this episode. But the main thing that I want to talk about real quick, when I'm saying somebody gotta talk to Todd, is because this guy is out here signing more. Chelsea have more signings than wins. Let's look at who they signed. They got Fofana, 71 million. Kukureya, 58 million. Sterling, 50 million. Koulibaly, this is in Todd's reign, right? Koulibaly, 34 million. Benoit, Badiashile, 34 million. Kwameka, 16 million. Aubameyang, 11 million. Fofana, 11 million. Santos, 11 million. Felix, loan for 10 million. Fionina, Zakaria, Modric, and Cook. It goes on. My goodness. God, did you get every toy in the store? I don't know. I don't know if it's recklessness or ambition, but the main thing is, as a rival fan, hold on. Big shout out to you for tuning in, by the way. The show is the Football Power Hour. You're rocking with me, Botswana Papi, but we're talking about Todd Bowley. So he's investing a lot in young players, and that is very, very, very worrying. It seems, if you know anything about, like, you know, the history, when you're reading about, you know, other countries seeing other, you know, countries basically build the military and just expand on them, you know, just get a nuclear power. You know, it's just like before there was nuclear weapons of mass distractions, regulations of weapons of mass distractions, you know, it's just like you would just see other countries just, you know, we're not going to name countries right now. We're not going to even go political. But the main thing is Chelsea is building an army for the future. Chelsea is building an army to the extent that I got to read you guys something real quick that was so funny. Hold on. This is like something from the Premier League Taunts. This is this deluded Chelsea fan. They wrote, in 2022, I quote, right? In 2022, Todd Bowley told me we had enough money to sign Mbappe. I said, no. Bring me David Datro Fofana. He asked me if I was sure. I said, Mr. Bowley, please just pay. Pay and don't speak. And these would be the words of Graham Potter via Sky Sports in 2035 after Chelsea win the 15th Premier League trophy in a row. yo. I was just like, this guy's a crazy dreaming. But the main thing is, they're dreaming for a reason, because there is a long-term vision that, as a rival fan, I'm starting to get concerned. Todd Bowley is just, is he polygamous? Is he married? I'm curious. What kind of recklessness buying? I want this. He literally, this man, guys. Todd Bowley, I don't know much about him, but all I know is co-owner and chairman of Chelsea, right? Co-founder and chairman of Eldridge Industries, major company. Co-owner of Los Angeles Dodgers, also involved with the LA Lakers. What? And then he's out here buying every player. This is unfair. And we're broke. Manchester United is broke. Hey, big up to you, my brother. Hey, thank you. It's the California edition, man. If I cut off, you know, just know I'm going to come back in a couple of seconds, and
it is what it is. It is what it is.
You know, so you know, I'm just worried about this Chelsea project, but I don't want to dwell too much on Todd, because somebody got to talk to Todd. Whoever is advising Todd, we get it. Please, we get the point. Just get the man to calm down and leave some players for other clubs. Please. It's just worrying me. Let's move on to the fact that, okay, so right now we have you know, we have a game that's coming up with Crystal Palace, right? So, you know, I just feel like, hold on, I'm still like a little like hung up on Todd. Like, I hope he knows that in football, you know, in the NFL, I think you can have up to a team can have up to 55 players, but in a Premier League team, you can only have 25 players, and you know, a bunch of obviously under 21s. But I hope he knows this, because it's crazy, man. It's like he's trying to build an NFL team in the Premier League. But whatever, we go and focus on Crystal Palace because Chelsea can try and build whatever, but the person who's really building right now is Eric Ten Hag. He stays cooking, man. Oh, so let's see. He has won 20 of his first 27 games in charge of Man United, right? The first to reach 20 competitive wins by any manager in the club's history. That's this man is just making miracles out of nothing. And he's not even supported financially. He's just given band-aids and he's working with that. I don't know how he's revived Rash Nana's career, but right now Rashford is his stock is so high, and I want to see him do well. But I don't think he's going to feature in the lineup. We're going to actually just quickly do a predicted lineup as we talk about the fact that we need to win this. We need to win this versus Crystal Palace. We need to make sure that we secure the 3 points. But the main thing is also, what's his name? Eric Ten Hag is going to have to rotate. Schedule is incredibly crazy. If we look at what Manchester United's upcoming fixtures, my lord. Yo. We definitely need to rotate. And this is pretty much what I think he's going to do. Look at that. Look at the back line. It's going to be David De Gea. That's the only person who's probably not going to be rotated. I don't think Butland is going to, it's David De Gea. Done. Luke Shaw is going to have to be given a rest. Luke Shaw has been playing. He's approaching the red zone. If he plays Crystal Palace and plays versus Manchester versus we're done with Manchester City versus Arsenal, and then from there we expect him. No. There's like a Nottingham Forest game afterwards, that when we're getting into the semi-final of a cup that we need to be actually taking. We need to make sure we rest Luke Shaw. The upcoming fixtures are too compact. So a big up to you, Vishal, my man. Oh, Vishal, you're my favorite person, man. I met Vishal a few days ago, and Vishal's great energy. My Uber driver who was just like, let me support the channel. Let me boost you with some views. Thank you so much. I wish you so many blessings, Vishal, man. I hope that you're doing good and driving really, really good on the streets, because your driving is impeccable. If you could clip this and send this to Uber. Yo, man, you're a master navigator, and I just want to say I appreciate your vibe. So thank you for supporting the channel. We're talking a little predicted lineup of the way Manchester United might line up versus Crystal Palace, which is a team that we are supposed to beat. And we are coming off of a very competitive game. And you know what? We need to make sure that we secure the 3 points. But the main thing is that the coach has to – it's one of those moments where now you have to actually rotate. It's, before this part of the season, when the cup fixtures are not so intense in the Premier League, you can pretty much just keep playing your first 11 or just play like the same 12 players. But right now, the way sort of like Arsenal has been playing with just only 12 players, like the same 12 or 13 players, they are now going to start to experience the injuries. But we're not talking about Arsenal right now. We're talking about the way Manchester United is going to line up. So in the midfield, I believe it's going to be Fred and Scott McTominay. And then the center back, we want Martinez to get the minutes, because I think in the last game he came in pretty much just towards the very, very end of the game, and as well as the other captain, our sitting captain, Harry Maguire. And obviously on the right back position, we're going to have Wan-Bissaka, because I think Dalot is still not back from injury. And in in the attacking players, I predict it's going to be Garnacho on the left and Christian Eriksen. Even though Christian Eriksen is a little fatigued, it's crazy because I don't understand what's the fatigue with him right now. What is going on with you, Christian Eriksen? Please sort it out, because you are such an amazing player. You are so great. And before the World Cup, he was on good form, and he went to, he Denmark didn't even go that far in the World Cup, so he should have had enough weeks of rest before coming back. And so I don't understand. There's got to be something that's mentally maybe not balanced or not right. But I hope that he figures it out, and this would be the game to just catch back that form, Christian Eriksen. And on the right, I predict it's going to be Anthony. And excuse the numbers are all off, but up front, it's going to be the debut of Wout Weghorst. I'm so excited about this signing. This is going to be one of those times where Manchester United is just going to have a player that's going to make a difference with aerial presence. He's a fox in the box. He is so strong, and he can be a target man. And his pressing when off the ball movement is just incredible. So I'm excited to see how the homie Wout Weghorst performs on his debut. So this is how the Manchester United predicted lineup looks like, and let's see how they do it. And I'm excited. I'm also curious. I probably might get it wrong with here. I was wanting Maino to feature, but this is not. I don't think Ten Hag is going to gamble like that. If anything, it's going to be Bruno Eriksson in that cam position. But everybody else, I think I'm pretty confident that we're going to have to check this. We're going to have to check this. But anyway, I'm curious also what your thoughts are on that lineup. But the main thing is we are facing a very, very tough team. So Crystal Palace, obviously, they've been with Patrick Vieira for a while, and they are so difficult to beat. It's one of those things where you can easily underestimate a team like Crystal Palace because, okay, fine, they lost to Chelsea in the last game. I think they lost 1-0, and that was a very balanced game where Chelsea pretty much just stole the 3 points. But they lost to Southampton. They lost to Spurs. And then the last win dates back to December 31st versus Bournemouth. Now, they can't keep losing like this. They're going to come here with a fight. They're going to come to Old Trafford and put up a fight. So this is going to be a very, very difficult fixture, and I hope that the team actually takes it seriously. Big shout out to y'all for tuning in, by the way. The show is the Football Power Hour. Don't forget to hit the like button. You're rocking with me, Botswana Papi. We are talking about this. We're doing the early preview, baby. We're doing it early this time. It's California style, baby. Those are California vibes that I just, I'm having a good time in San Francisco, so I hope you're also having a good time wherever you are. So anyway, we're also just gonna say Patrick Vieira, I respect him as a manager, and I really think that he can pose a problem for Ten Hag, especially if the team that Ten Hag picks does not gel well. Not because they're bad players or whatever, but because anytime when you rotate, you risk the chance of you have to make a team rebuild its chemistry. You have to kind of make the team, you're taking things that you've done in training, but like now having to implement them in a real, in real testing conditions. But the only difference now is that, the players have to trust each other. All the passing lanes have to be connected. They have to kind of know and that's what sometimes takes 2 or 3 tries. And we don't have the time for 2 or 3 tries. We want wins at Manchester United because excellence is the bare minimum at Man United. That's pretty much why that was my response to somebody who asked me why what draws me to Manchester United. Anyway, so let's I want to also acknowledge the fact that we beat Man City, and the Manchester City tears have been flowing and flowing, and my goodness, we've been drinking them. Ooh, So it was a very subjective offside. As a Manchester United fan, I'll be one of those that say it was not an objective offside at all. It was a subjective offside because what we had to sort of put on our lenses and say, is this interference? Is Rashford's presence there interfering with the play? What is interference with the play? When does interference start with the play? Is it mental interference or is it physical interference? I had so many questions and I still have a lot of questions, but I don't want to dwell on that because we got the 3 points and we moved on. I've moved on. And I want to just say I acknowledge it was a subjective offside. And even Pep Guardiola mentioned, matter of fact, hold on, let's just see if we can just channel in Pep real quick. Let's see. Interview, see if I can just share that little segment where he was saying,
Manu Kanji sees no side and stop the line. If he knows that it's going to be Rashford, he's going to go backwards with him.
By the way, Bishal, this is Pep Guardiola, the Manchester City manager, talking after the game. We're talking about this controversial moment.
Stop the line. If he knows that it's going to be Rashford, he's going to go backwards with him. He's going to do the duel 1-against-1, and after see what happens. But can intervene the action is a decision for the referee. It's the same. The shooter outside the 30-yard box, line is high and offside. Is one player behind the line, in the line for the keeper. Is offside or not offside? 10-10 is offside. When that intervene, the referee said intervene. He decide no intervene in this stadium. It's okay. What they have to do? We are going to make a complaint to them? No. So congratulations, that sometimes happen in our side, sometimes that. The decision is they didn't believe Rashford was intervening in this action.
There we go. That's all I want. That right there just sums it all up, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Pep Guardiola is such a class manager. The fact that he says it was subjective, and the decision, sometimes he acknowledged that sometimes these decisions go for us, and now in this instance it went against us. And just the fact that he said that, you have to just give him the acknowledgement and say chapeau. Because that takes some managers, there's a lot of managers that come out there and bash the referees, then just so negative about them, and the fact that they Pep Guardiola, oh man, such a class manager. We have to just acknowledge that and just say this was such a beautiful statement. For me, I believe, you remember last season when Rodri dispossessed Villa's Tyrone Mings from an offside position, and then they went on and got the 3 points. And those 3 points actually made the difference, and they beat Liverpool by, was it 2 points? To clinch the title. This is exactly what I'm saying. It's those fine margins. And he said, now, because I think that the referees actually had a meeting and revised that rule, or the wording of that rule, and partially it might have been influenced by that Tyrone Mings Rodri incident. So at the end of the day, whatever, I want to wrap up on this point and just say, with Akanji, if at all Akanji brought down Rashford, then he wouldn't have been carded, and then that would mean Rashford would then be deemed to be interfering with play. So the play would be called dead and a free kick to City. So why didn't Akanji just go ahead and just say, oh, I see that Rashford is offside, let me just go ahead and tackle it? What like, the main thing is, or not even tackle him, let me just try and give him a little nudge, because the fact that, for me, that would have been the thing that would have tipped me over in this instance that we're talking about. It's like, if at all there was a physical contact between Akanji and Rashford, then Rashford is interfering with Akanji's attempt to get the ball. When we did the stream, that when we did the review for the game, my boy Mojo came in and he said, "Oh, he's interfering," and then because he's starting to we're getting into the mental aspect of this player or this goalkeeper saw that Rashford's presence and what what are we doing? What are we? This is not a psychology class. This is a football game here. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So. Anyway, big shout out to y'all for tuning in, and big shout out to the referee, the assistant referee as well. They consulted. They had a moment of, what do you think happened over there? And they decided it was a goal. We get the 3 points and we move. Now I'll be here crying when it's time to cry, So, but until then, it's time to rejoice and be like, thank you for the 3 points. Let's move. All right. Now, by the way, it's a little strange that Phil Jones is out here quiet, and it's still the transfer window is still open. We're almost halfway there now. I think we're halfway. Oh, we are halfway because it's January 16th, MLK Day. We have to talk about MLK. Because we have to honor this man because it's somebody that I really respect and somebody that I have a lot of admiration for, and he inspires me. And I just have to just honor him and say he fought for a lot of things and was standing on his shoulders. And he actually, for me, it's not even, it's more than just the civil rights, and fight for freedom. It's more than that. It's just the ethos of wanting togetherness and wanting people to coexist. You can be different and coexist. We can all, everybody of a different, whatever. It doesn't matter where you're from. My man, Bishal is from Nepal, and he, we had a good conversation, and I told him, about my other friends that are, from different places as well. And I was just like, this is all what it's about. It's like the main thing is football is supposed to bring people together. And MLK stood for people coming together, people putting their differences aside and saying, hey, big up to you, Rogers, for tuning in all the way on the other side of the coast. We out here, California living, baby. The sun is still out. Yeah, man. A couple of hours behind, so life is good. Anyway, so MLK is somebody that's important to me for that, and it's like one of those things where, there's this phrase actually when I think about his legacy, when it's like that says, pessimists are right more often, and optimists win more often. So for me, he was that optimistic guy that now he's even winning even when he's gone, because guess what? People from different places around the world, you can all click the like button. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from or what part of the world you at. You can click the like button. You can subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we can come together. We can celebrate. We can have a moment and share a moment. Especially, I wanted to bring it back to football and just say the fact that this is a sport that unifies, that has the capability of bringing peace and bringing, breaking boundaries. We have to focus more on that. And big shout out to MLK for just being a champion and a beacon, that coming together and being tolerant of each other. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just want to also just say, is just a few hours ago, I just gotta say a big shout out to the coach of Mamelodi Sundowns. So there's a team. I'm ending the show with this. There's a team that is doing guys, I have to tell you this. So right now, there's a team called Mamelodi Sundowns in South Africa, in the Premier League of South Africa, right? And the coach, his name is Rulani Mokwena. And this guy is crazy, 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 incredible. Let me just show you how league is looking right now, how the league standings are looking, because this is incredible. I don't think screen real quick. I don't know if this is at this stage anyway. The league is still like, halfway there or something, so it's only 17 games played. But look at the points. But the main thing you gotta look at, other than the difference between the points and between first and second, is the goal difference. Look at this. And today they played Super Sport United, and the coach for Super Sport United has won the title at least 3 or 4 times. And this man, if Tottenham Hotspurs need a manager, you need to go for this guy. You need to go for this guy, because this man speaks so eloquently. He is also just tactically aware. Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy.
Team, I will congratulate the players. We're very proud of their gallant effort. Typical match against a team that he has, and they can say, and I said to him now, Kevin, yeah, I said he can say he's got no ambitions of winning the league title, but for sure they had. And they knew that they had to push us, and so they didn't come here to sit back. And when you play against a coach that's also won 4 league titles, he hasn't won the 4 league titles by chance. They were not given out to him. And so you expect that there is some form of organization, some form of tactical surprises, like we saw with inverted wingers. We saw Lungu playing on the side of the left and coming inside to his right foot, and you saw Masego on the opposite side coming inside onto his left foot in the first half. Okay, then he changes in the second half, immediately at halftime, and then he changes again. He matches us with the diamond. He goes diamond versus diamond, but then he takes the strikers wide, and then it's a bit difficult because we play with inverted fullback, so we had to restructure. So congratulations to the boys. I think gallant effort and a great shift. And
this guy's. I want to see this guy in the Premier League. MLK would be proud. He'll be like, there's more representation. Like he's maybe he should go to the championship level first or something. But like the work that he's doing with Mamelodi Sundowns is incredible. They just also play beautiful football. So big shout out to him. More importantly, big shout out to you for tuning in. This show is the Football Power Hour. My name is Botswana Papi. And don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to drink more water. Don't forget to get more sleep. And don't forget to be kind. One random act of kindness a week won't help. Maybe a day, actually, a week. Let's raise the bar a little higher.